Even the most modest TV show is typically comprised of a huge cast of actors, from the semi-permanent main ensemble to an array of periodic supporting characters and a ton of fleeting one-off roles. The years-long nature of TV production typically allows showrunners to get away with a lot of minor discrepancies over the course of a series run, be it continuity errors, lore contradictions, or more boldly, literally recycling prior actors in new roles. These 10 actors then wound up playing 2 characters on a hit TV series, whether out of necessity due to a small casting pool, the showrunners rightly thinking most viewers wouldn't notice, or occasionally for actual artistic effect. Indeed, the vast majority of audiences never even noticed these dual roles from some of the most beloved TV shows of the last 20 years, no matter how prominent at least one of their characters was. Needless to say, these reused actors came as quite the shock to anyone deciding to revisit these series for the first time in a while. I am Kirsten from What Culture, and these are 10 actors that you didn't know played 2 characters on TV shows. Number 10. Donald Glover, Atlanta. Donald Glover serves as not only the creator of FX's hit show Atlanta, but also the star, playing downtrodden protagonist Ernest Marks across the series' 2 seasons to date. But Glover also played a secret second character in the show's legendary season 2 episode, Teddy Perkins, the creepy title character, in fact. The episode sees Darius visiting Perkins to pick up a valuable piano, and in addition to being depicted as a deeply eccentric recluse, Perkins also touts peculiar, uncanny facial features not unlike those of a late-period Michael Jackson. As it turns out, Perkins is actually played by Glover himself underneath a mountain of extremely convincing white face makeup. Yet between the incredible physical transformation and his affected voice, many fans had no idea it was Glover at all, and even actor Derek Hayward, who played Teddy's brother in the episode, didn't have a clue he was working opposite Glover. To further sell the trickery, Glover wasn't credited for the part, with Perkins instead billed as played by himself. Brilliant. Number 9. Paget Brewster, Community. Paget Brewster's Frankie Dart was one of the major highlights of Community's divisive 6th and, to date, final season. But amusingly, Brewster actually made her debut in the cult sitcom the season prior as a totally different character. Brewster first appeared midway through season 5 in the episode Analysis of Cork-Based Networking, where she played the small role of Deborah Chambers, a member of Greendale's IT department who controls the school's internet filter. The part's small enough that it's easily missed on a first viewing, yet in typical Community fashion, the show opted to reference Brewster's dual role in the episode Queer Studies and Advanced Waxing. In one scene, Frankie says, "I'm trying to find the IT lady. My emails to her get bounced back to me in Aramaic, and when I call, I hear an undulating, high-pitched whistle that makes my nose bleed." Number 8. Jerry Orbach, Law and Order. The late, great Jerry Orbach is surely best remembered for playing NYPD detective Lenny Briscoe on Law and Order for a whopping 12 seasons, as well as occasionally reprising the role in several of the show's spin-offs. But barely a year before Briscoe made his screen debut, Orbach had a one-off appearance in L&O's 2nd season episode, The Wages of Love, playing a defense attorney by the name of Frank Lerman, who was defending a woman accused of murdering her ex-husband. It's enough to blow the mind of any fan revisiting the show's earlier seasons, and proves all the more bizarre because Lerman isn't a million miles away from Briscoe in terms of manner and personality. Number 7. Terry O'Quinn, The X-Files. Long before he won the career-defining role of John Locke on Lost, Terry O'Quinn was a quintessential that guy character actor in both TV and film, appearing in countless hit series including The X-Files, where he played Lieutenant Brian Tillman in the show's 2nd season episode Aubrey. And 7 years to the very day that episode aired, O'Quinn reappeared as an entirely different character in the season 9 episode Trust No One, taking the role of the NSA operative known only as Shadow Man. But better still, O'Quinn has actually played 3 characters in X-Files media, given that he also portrayed Special Agent in Charge Darius McCord in the 1998 X-Files movie. Clearly, the actor made quite an impression on the series creator Chris Carter, who also cast him in 2 more of his sci-fi series, Harsh Realm and Millennium, the latter even existing within the same universe as the X-Files. Number 6. Karen Gillan, Doctor Who. Karen Gillan may be best known nowadays for portraying Nebula in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the role that initially shot her to fame was that of Doctor Who's Amy Pond, the companion of the 11th Doctor played by Matt Smith. But also 2 years prior to winning that star-making part, Gillan actually had a small role as a soothsayer in the episode The Fires of Pompeii. Helpfully, Gillan is near unrecognisable in the part, kitted out in heavy makeup and a decidedly un-Amy-like red cloak. Though the show made no major effort to tie the two characters together, Amy did at least have a noted interest in romance, providing a slice of nods to the most eagle-eyed fans. Number 5. Garrett Dillahunt, Deadwood. Garrett Dillahunt is one of the most reliably entertaining character actors working today, and apparently talented enough that he was able to play 2 totally different parts on HBO's masterful western series Deadwood without anyone batting an eyelid. Dillahunt appeared in 6 episodes on the show's first season as the murderous drunkard Jack McCall, who makes a swift exit when he's captured by the authorities and presumably executed off-screen. But in the very next season, Dillahunt returned for a 10-episode arc as the thoroughly detestable psychopath geologist Francis Walcott. And yet, Dillahunt disappears into both roles so brilliantly that the risky recast was most certainly justified. Hilariously, the actor also played an uncredited third role in last year's Deadwood movie, making a blink and you'll miss it appearance as Drunk Number 2, a wink-wink treat for observant fans. Number 4. Michelle Williams, Baywatch. In this instance, the shock isn't so much that 4-time Oscar nominee Michelle Williams appeared on Baywatch twice, but that she actually ever appeared on it at all. Yet indeed, 5 years before she won the career-making role of Jen Lindley on Dawson's Creek, the actress made her screen debut with a bit part in Baywatch's Season 4 episode Race Against Time Part 1. At just 13 years of age, Williams played Bridget, a young girl who invites Hobie, played by Jeremy Jackson, to her party. Mere months later, Williams returned for a second cameo in the ironically titled episode Second Time Around, this time playing a groupie who appears in a dream sequence music video imagined by Hobie. Needless to say, it led to bigger and better things for the actress, so in a very real way, we have Baywatch to thank for her years of spectacular acting work. Number 3. Mark Lenard, Star Trek The Original Series. The Star Trek franchise has routinely brought back actors to play multiple characters, with Reanimator star Jeffrey Combs even playing a ridiculous 9 characters across various iterations of Trek. But perhaps the most notable example of a prominent actor playing 2 roles in a single Trek series is Mark Lenard, who memorably played Spock's, Leonard Nimoy's, father Sarek in the original series Season 2 episode Journey to Babel, a part he later reprised in several of the Star Trek movies. But before Leonard took the role of Sarek, he first appeared in the original series a season prior in the episode Balance of Terror, playing a Romulan commander. Though we're only really concerned with TV appearances here, Leonard did also play a 3rd Trek character in the original 1979 Star Trek movie, where he was cast as a Klingon captain. That makes Leonard one of the few Trek actors to play a Klingon, a Vulcan, and a Romulan across Trek media, and also the first ever to do so. Number 2. Dean Charles Chapman, Game of Thrones. Dean Charles Chapman is best known for playing Tommen Baratheon, the sweet, unassuming brother of wretched tyrant Joffrey on Game of Thrones, a part that he played from seasons 4 to 6, replacing Callum Wari. Yet despite how visible Tommen became in later years, this wasn't actually the first character Chapman played in HBO's hit fantasy series. Just a year before he made his debut as Tommen, Chapman appeared in 2 season 3 episodes as Martin Lannister, a squire in the Lannister army who gets kidnapped and executed by Rickard Karstark. As for the story behind Chapman being brought back to play such a prominent character, in his own words, 6 months after playing Martin, I got a phone call from my agent saying that Game of Thrones wants to bring you back as this character called Tommen. I still didn't watch the series. I was like, who's Tommen? Who is this kid? My mates were like, he's Joffrey's brother. Joffrey's an arsehole. You'll be the brother of an arsehole. Number 1. Nia Long, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Nia Long is probably best known for her 15-episode run on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as Lisa Wilkes, Will's charming girlfriend and almost wife during the show's 5th season. Despite her impressive effort to tame Will, however, their wedding gets called off at the end of the season and Lisa is promptly written out. But Long also had a one-off appearance a whole 3 years earlier in the season 2 episode She Ain't Heavy, playing Will's obnoxiously snobby date Claudia Prescott. The dual roles prove extra amusing in this instance given the polar opposite personalities of the characters, one intensely unlikable, the other absolutely delightful, in turn confirming the strength of Long's acting chops. And there we go, the 10 actors that you didn't know played 2 characters on the same TV show. But let us know if you did notice them down in the comments below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified of any new videos coming your way. But for now, I have been Kirsten Ria from What Culture, and I will see you in the next video.